Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honor to the elder great millstone. Salutations to all Yakim on the highways and byways, bidding to the marriage. This title is going to be called The Lord is going to Destroy America, which is Babylon. I'm going to start off with Malachi, chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So, the Lord is going to destroy Esau and America, I'm going to get Malachi chapter 3, verse 4. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All that proudest, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and they that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and they shall leave them neither root nor branch. So, we got some Jake and the Jake that's not part of the truth, they keep eating pork, sleeping with another man's wife. They're going to be destroyed in that day. So I'm going to get, they eat pork. You got Baconators that Taco Bell or Burger King, they always get in lineups. I'm going to get Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9. Isaiah chapter 13, actually I'm going to start at 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and that shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, every man's heart shall melt. In that day, every man, if the Lord is not with you, I'm gonna keep going on to explain. And they shall be afraid, and pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. So, if the Lord is not with you, and you've been sinning the entire time, and the servants, the prophets, we kept telling you what to do, and we're trying to warn you, and you refuse, this is what's gonna happen to you. Shall be amazed. I'm going to start off at 8 again. They shall be afraid, pain and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinner thereof out of it. Like I was just saying, we got Israelites out there that are sinning, eating pork, sleeping with another man's wife, or just getting lineups, sagging their, they refuse to grow up, they don't want to listen. They rather sit on a corner and smoke weed than hear a word. So I'm gonna go with Revelations chapter 18, verse 7. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I will sit a queen, I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Most of the times in America, you have people living comfortably, people having cookouts, going to parties, doing everything that's part of this world. And, that's what's trying to say right here, that people, wait, let me read this again. How much she hath glorified, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I'll say the queen, I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So America, some Americans, in America think that they're never going to be attacked. You have Esau saying that we have the best military. That's not true. You got Esau, he's living comfortably, trying to say that nothing's ever going to happen to his great country. So I'm going to keep going down. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. She shall be utterly burned with fire. For the strong is the Lord most power who judgeth her. For like the Lord said, give unto her double according to her works, and in a cup which she hath filled to her double. For that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna give double onto America what she had done to us. America is gonna be destroyed. So I'm gonna go down to 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. For when they shall see smoke of her burning, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come. So that's talking about, some of the countries that America's done, been dealing with. You got China making sneakers. You got India making clothing lines. They get paid by America like probably 5 cents or something. But they're gonna be all disappointed when America is destroyed because they lived off America. Most of the jobs in America are always overseas. Then you got Esau trying to blame the northern tribe for taking jobs. How can you take jobs which there's no jobs here? Doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna go down to 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. So all of this is gonna be going into like the merchandise that America has. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearl and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, all thy iron, wood, and for all manner vessels of ivory. So it's talking about what America has and how Americans bought, how the other nations sell their stuff to America. So I'm gonna go down from there. I'm gonna start at 16. And saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, purple, scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For this, they always say this is the richest country, or they have the best of the best here. For in 1 hour, so great riches and come to naught. All those tall towers, those skyscrapers, those McDonald's, those fast food, all those, everything will be gone in 1 hour. And it took Esau probably 500 years to build this, and it's gonna be taken down just 1 hour. For in 1 hour, so great riches come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they spoke of her burning, saying, What city like unto this great city? Isn't that what people say? America's like one of the best countries, and you always see mixed people always coming over here. You got India, which I was talking about, Elam, Moabites. You got everybody want to flock to America. Everybody trying to get their citizenship. You got Ham, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her coastline. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. So this is going to be talking about how America is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. Who else makes deals? America, most of the, this is probably one of the most countries that have their jobs overseas instead of in this country. That's going to be another reason for why it's going to fall. So I'm gonna go with Revelations 11:18. 11:18. Revelation 11:18. And the nation were angry. Thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth, which is going to be talking about Edom. After that last part, destroy them which destroys the earth. They're talking about Esau because he's in rulership and he controls everything. So I'm gonna go Isaiah chapter 13, I think. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How thou fallest from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, how thou cut down in which didst weaken the nations. So this Esau, talking about the white man, Esau, because he's been controlling everybody's banking system. You got the Rothschilds, they're all Edomites, Rockefeller, Edom. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. He says he's going to be like the Most High. He's trying to make space stations out of space. Esau is trying to make clones. You know, there's this one rapper that he haven't been seen for a while, and he came back on his Twitter. He said he's a clone and hashtag. I will ascend above the height of the clouds. I'll be like the Most High. Esau trying to do heart transplants. Trying to uh make people's spirits cleave into another body that he already made. It thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? That's what Esau is doing. He's shaking kingdoms. When everybody look at him in that day, when he's in slavery, they're gonna say, this is the man. They're gonna be amazed because he was destroying everything. He's gonna be like that. He's gonna be like a damn hitchhiker, all hairy, back to his caveman, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, to open not the house of his prisoners. Ain't that what Esau does? He brings them to prisons. He doesn't open them. He leaves Jake in there over, smoking weed, and they'll have a life sentence. So, Esau is going to be destroyed. I'm going to get one more scripture. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to get Jeremiah 46 and 10. Jeremiah 46 and 10. For this is the day of the Lord host God for this is the day of the Lord God of hosts, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries, and the sword shall devour it, and it shall be satisfied and made drunk with their blood. For the Lord, the Most High of hosts, hath a sacrifice in the north country by the river Euphrates. So I'm gonna go down to 10 again. For this is the day of the Lord. So it's talking about in that day, the Lord is going to avenge him against his adversaries, which are the other nations, which that put Israel into slavery. I'm going to read that out again. Jeremiah 46 and 10. For this is the day of the Lord, Yahweh of the hosts, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries. Isn't that, everybody blasphemed the Lord now, everybody in this country believes there is no power. Esau, he cursed himself when he, takes books out the scriptures. Then he says on a dollar bill that in God we trust, but yet he followed none of the laws. He does nothing by the truth. So he just cursed him. He swears on the Bible in those courtrooms, but he followed none of them. Esau, he's gonna get destroyed for that. I'm gonna get Revelations chapter. I'm gonna get Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and his angels fought, and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was there a place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And who deceiveth the whole world? The so-called white man. And if these Christians, they're gonna say the devil, the real spiritual Satan. Where do you see him lying to people? You don't. That's Esau. Esau's gonna tell you that the chariots are UFOs. He's gonna tell you that he went to the moon. Esau's the only one that will tell you that he went to all these planets, that he found everything under the sea, or he searched out. He's always lying. So, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength, King of our power, and the power Hawashai. For the accuse of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. So that's what I was gonna bring out. But I'm gonna get Psalms, the water brother. I'm gonna get Psalms 133 and 1. 133 and 1. The Lord. How good and pleasant it is for the brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments. Khan is that, when you're with the brotherhood, the spirit of the Lord is with you, more. So when you fall, the brothers can pick you back up when you go into a tribulation and chastisement the Lord gives you, I'm gonna get Jeremiah chapter 50. Chapter 51, verse 7. For Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. That nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So America's gonna be destroyed. The other nations drunken of that philosophy that that America has been over there, giving democracy out. Or Esau bombs other countries if you don't accept that democracy, or he's gonna go over there and try to take he'll take your natural resources if you don't give it to him. Esau is just, the devil, and Babylon is suddenly fallen, so they're gonna destroy America, and I'm gonna get chapter 50, verse 29, and America's gonna be destroyed by nuclear missiles, not just by armies. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. So that's what Esau does. He thinks that his country is never gonna fall. He thinks that's what Esau thinks, that he got the best military. Nothing's ever gonna happen to him. He's proud, and he's gonna be destroyed for that. Dawada, I'm gonna get Dawada brother. I'm gonna get Psalm 58 and 9. I'm gonna start with 58 and 6. Psalm 58 and 6. Oh, I'm gonna start with 2 actually. Psalms 58 and 2. Ye in your heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the balance of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So they're estranged from the womb. They weigh the balance of their hands in the earth. That's all Esau does is wickedness. That's all he knows. That's why it's called he's the harbinger of death. Because all he knows is wickedness, sinning. He can't do no wrong, right. He's always wicked. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They're poisoned like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces, as a snail which melteth. Let every one of them pass away, like you to me, birth of a woman that may not see the sun. So Esau is gonna be destroyed. And it also says that Jeremiah, we're like where are his weapons of war, which is also, I'm gonna get into that. Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou my battle axe and weapons of war. That's what it was talking about, when he said break their teeth. Because, in that day, the Lord is going to raise up men as like a battle axe, weapons for war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. So with thee also I will break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young. So this is talking about, in that day, you're gonna have to fight, when the dollar collapses, and when Esau, He's gonna have to fight against, though he's gonna try to fight against the Lord. In that day, the elect may have to fight too. So I'm gonna get John 8:44. John. John. Nope. Alright. John 8. Salaki on this. John 8:44. Ye of your father the devil, and lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, bold not in the truth, because there's no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he's the liar and the father of it. So, this goes into with our people too, but, it's mostly for Esau. But ye of your father the devil. So, Esau, if you go back, lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. And, Esau, and it goes back to Cain, in which he was the first murderer from the beginning, And that's what Esau been doing. He was blessed with the sword to kill, and to destroy. That's why it says in Revelations, he's that red horse that took peace from the earth. And because there's no truth. And when he speaks a lie, he speaks of his own, for he's a liar and the father of it. Esau, the father of lies. He's gonna tell you vaccines are good for you. He's gonna tell you that, eating GMOs help you, the food grows faster, and it helps your immune system. No, that's all lies. He's gonna tell you that he went to Mars and show you a picture, and it's actually an edit photo from Canada. He just, he's playing games. And people actually believe him, believe NASA. They haven't done nothing. They can't even travel outside the Earth atmosphere. They can travel out the atmosphere, but they can't go to other planets because it's like a radiation belt surrounding the Earth. So they only can go for a certain distance out of space. So Esau's lying about that. That's all he's good at. So I'm gonna get Revelations chapter 5. Hold. Yep, Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. Then went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. That's Esau, the so-called white man. Again, World War III, Civil Wars, every war that he's in every war. If you think about it, he's in Japan. He dropped a bomb on them. He put them in concentration camps over here. He put our people into slavery. That's Esau he's talking about. He destroyed everything. He's going to war with everybody, even to this very day. Then he's gonna say that it's humanity, it's everybody as a whole that's causing the earth as it is, destroying the earth. He's gonna say that instead of owning up to it and saying that it's his fault. He's gonna say that it's everybody's fault, and we all should work together to fix it. Like, come on now, Esau will never take responsibility for nothing, cause he's like a child. So I'm gonna get Matthews. I'm gonna get Matthew 24 verse 21. Actually, I'm gonna start with Matthew 24 verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, but that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. That's what people are doing. They're going to parties. They're hanging out. They're always, instead of doing what they, instead of the Lord, listening to the Lord and what He wants them to do, they rather go outside, hang with their friends, going to parades, concerts. But we're not in that time. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the son of Man be. And what Noah had to do was shut that door on them. Khan, with the water, brother. I'm gonna get 16:19. But Proverbs 16:19. But people refuse to listen. They rather go outside, hang with their friends instead of listening to the word of the Lord. And this could actually save them. I'm gonna get Proverbs 16:8. Better is a little with righteousness than a great revenue without right. A man's heart divideth his ways, but the Lord directeth. Wait. Oh, Sister Khan Salaki. I meant 16 and 19. I read 16 and 9. Better to be humble, spare with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handles a matter wisely shall find good. Whosoever trusteth in the Lord, whoever trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. Khan, that's what you're gonna have to do in that day. You're gonna have to trust in the Lord with all you have, and if you can't falter, because if you do, the Lord will spew you out. If and Jake in the world right now, they don't consider the Lord, what He done for us. He came back and He redeemed us. He had to die for our sins, and they don't think about that. They only think about themselves, and all they care about is money. And it's there's nothing to it. It's money. They care about that more than they care about the Lord and what He did for us. I'm gonna get daughter. I'm gonna get Proverbs chapter 1 verse 22. Khan, daughter, brother. I'm gonna get Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. Wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the streets. She cries in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates in the city. She utters her words, saying, how long? And I wanted to say this, that it also says in the scriptures that the Lord is not dwelling in temples. So that's why it says here, wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the streets outside. When people go in churches, they're not hearing the Lord. That's that's the spirit of Satan. Always, So I just wanted to say that. So I'm gonna go down more to 22. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorner delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna break that down. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorner delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All our people want to talk about is money. That's all they know. Money, and that's about it. They want to build up the community. They want to be rappers. They want to what happened in Black Wall Street, America. America Esau dropped a bomb on their own country, just because they didn't want to see Jake build up. So how much more you? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I pour out my spirit onto you. I'll make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set it at naught all my counsel with none of my reproof. And Jake refuses to listen to the word of the Lord. They'll wag their hand or walk by and start giggling or laughing like this is a joke. This is serious, And that day, and when you're laughing, oh, I'm gonna go down. It's gonna go right into that. I'll also laugh at your calamities. I'll mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as the whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. People who, laugh, people who laugh the loudest, and that's gonna be, us, Jake, the ones that are in the truth, that are trying to get the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the fullest that we could get, Instead, you got Jake laughing at us. They try to make fun of our garments or what we try to teach. Instead, refusing to listen. I'm gonna go down to 28. Then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. God, Jake, they're gonna be crying, saying, Jesus, or they're gonna try to say the Lord's name and get it wrong and say something else. They're gonna be, they're gonna be curled up in a fetal position, don't know what to do. For that day, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. Then they refuse to listen. And when that day comes, when the dollar collapsed, they're gonna sit there and think about everything. It's gonna be like that movie Saw. If you ever watch Saw, at the end of it, it tells you, it shows everything that turned it up to that event at the end. It's kind of like that same thing. You're gonna finally realize that you were wrong this entire time. Short time. For that they hated the water, brother. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. They refused to hear. They fear the Lord. So I'm gonna Revelations chapter 12 verse 12. The water. Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down onto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And in the 1980s, you didn't see Esau trying to put GMOs and everything. You didn't see him trying to put wicked laws out there to let another man sleep with another man, or let bestiality run rampant. Now Esau's doing that. He's letting women cut their hair down. He's letting men become women. He's letting another man sleep with another man's wife, or sleep with animals. Esau's sick. I was watching this video. You have Esau want to sleep with his daughter. He's sick. He's killing Jake in the streets day by day. That's why he says, because he I'm gonna read again. Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. He's gonna come down with martial law soon, and he's gonna show his true colors. And people who are friends with Esau that are Israelites, and you stop being because why? He's gonna turn on you anyway. That's what Esau does. He'll make a racist joke and smile and laugh. He thinks he can. That's what he does to Jake now, and they really think he'd be joking, but he really hates you. He can say it with a smile, but deep in his heart, that's how he feels. But he's too much. He was too afraid to show his true colors. Because his kingdom is falling apart. The water again. I'm gonna get Isaiah 55 and 6. Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Call the Lord now. Don't wait till the last minute when martial law comes, the dollar collapse. We have diseases all over that's what people are going to do. That's exactly what everyone does when something happens. They call upon the Lord. And it's not even his name. They be saying Jesus. So, yeah, you're wrong there anyways. They don't even know his name, and they're going to call upon the wrong name anyways. And, they're going to think he's going to answer, Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord. And he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. That's what Jake's gonna do in that day. The con. Oh, Matthews. The water, brother. I'm gonna get Matthews chapter 24, verse 7. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. I'm going to start with 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation, that's what's happening right now. I was just watching this video, not watching the video, but reading this article that showed that Israel bombed Damascus in Syria. That's we're in World War III. They're dropping bombs. They're shooting each other. You got people in America real comfortable, they're in their bed. They're not paying attention to the times at hand. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So there's gonna be All these are the beginning of sorrow, just the beginning. All of this, you know. But, you know, I'm gonna get Ecclesiasticus 10 and 12. Yeah, Russia was. Oh yeah, I was just reading that. You know, that's what China and Russia was doing, practicing war games over there. But I'm gonna get Ecclesiasticus. Ephesians 5:7:1. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. 12 12 and 10. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Preachers sought to find out words that which was written was upright, even words of truth. Get my apocrypha. My apocrypha. Oh right, I got it now. Ecclesiasticus 12. The water, brother, for the precept. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as an iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So, you know, don't trust Esau. You know, don't hang around Esau. You know, that's Esau. You know, you can't trust him. You know, he's shaking your hand, but the other hand, he's like he has a knife behind his back. You know, that's what Esau's gonna. You know, he's sneaky. You can't trust someone like that. You know, Esau. You know, that's what he's gonna do in that day when he's gonna let when he is gonna give that when he's gonna give the okay to shoot Jake. He's gonna, you know, that's what he's gonna do. Or when the dollar collapse, all hell's gonna break loose. There's gonna be no laws. You know what he's gonna do? It's gonna take a, you know, he's gonna start shooting Jake for fun. You know, like it's a game to him. Like they're there. You know, that's all Esau's good for. You know, he's wicked. So, you know, I think that's it on that. So I'm gonna give, you know, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the elder great Millstone. Salutations to all you Akim on the highways and byways, been into marriage. You know, Lord's will, you know, we are made found. May the Lord have mercy on us. So, shalom. Right.